Hey everyone, been a while since I've done a video like this, but I thought I would this morning. There's been a lot of Witcher news recently. Some really good, some pretty bad, some really bad.
Fuck.
But what I want to talk today about is something to do with one of their upcoming projects. As you guys may know, there are 3 upcoming Witcher projects, game-wise, not Netflix show. I'm not even going to touch that right now. I'm talking in the games. There's Project... Well, we know what 2 of the projects are. Well, one of them isn't named, but there's Project Canis Majoris. I hope that's pronounced right. There's Project Polaris. I hope that's pronounced right too. And then there's Project Sirius. So, Project Canis Majoris is the remake of The Witcher 1, while Project Polaris is their new saga that they've been talking about recently. So, I'd like to talk about Project Sirius today. I had an idea, a few ideas actually, when I learned a few things about the next-gen upgrade of The Witcher 3. And I got really curious and started thinking and considering some things they've done. Yeah, I'm just going to explain to you guys and see what you think about it, and yeah, I guess let me know if you have any thoughts or anything in the comments. So, as explained in another video from a Witcher YouTuber I really like, heavily recommend his channel if you're into The Witcher. He's really cool. All this is his findings. I'm just giving a bit of a recap on this. So, a while back, he made a video explaining why Ciri might have actually lived in the worst ending of The Witcher 3. For those of you who don't know, massive spoilers, in the worst ending of The Witcher 3, which I've never played through myself, but I've read about it, I've watched it, Ciri, it looks like she dies, like she never comes back. Geralt pretty much kills the last crone in a fit of rage, and the game ends with him being surrounded by billions of monsters while he's holding Ciri's medallion in his hands. Well, so this YouTuber, he found out that the supposed final secret of The Witcher 3 was the final crone drawing an image in that worst ending. And it was very blurry. It was kind of hard to tell what it was. I wasn't 100% convinced myself, really, but the picture seemed to depict the tower that Ciri goes into at the end of the game, and a swallow flying away from the tower. Well, as most of you know, I'm sure, Ciri's full name is Cirilla, which is also Ziriel, which translates to swallow. So, the crone was drawing an image of a swallow flying away from the tower Ciri goes into at the end of the game, and yeah, that's a pretty clear indication that she survived and never returned because of the way Geralt treated her, at least in the worst ending route of the game. Well, here recently, in the next-gen upgrade of the game, after this YouTuber's discovery, they actually upgraded the picture. They made it clearer, and they made it very obvious it was the tower, and very obvious it is a swallow flying away from the tower. And not only that, they've also added in to where the picture is right beside Geralt when the camera zooms out on him when he's holding Ciri's medallion, which, yeah, that's kind of emotional in a way. And another thing is, the developers have not commented on if Ciri is alive or dead. You would think they would comment yes or no, they'd give us a matter-of-fact statement on the matter if they didn't have plans for her. So I'm guessing they must have some big plans for her. Now that that explanation and recap of things is said, let's get on to what I wanted to talk about and what I thought about. So, I got to thinking last night, after I watched and read about all this, I got to thinking a little bit, and Project Sirius. We know what Project Canis Majoris is. That's Witcher 1 Remake. We don't know what Project Polaris is, but we've gotten a teaser of the Lynx Medallion. I speculate making our own Witchers and things, but Project Sirius is... we don't know what that is yet. We don't even have a teaser image or anything. We've got a few talks from developers about it, but that's about it. Well, I got to thinking about it. Canis Majoris translates to Greater Dog, which that could very easily be that way, and as a reference to Geralt, you know, being the Wolf School and all that. And the fact it's a Witcher 1 remake, and that's what it translates to, yeah, I'd say that's a pretty safe bet. Polaris translates to North Star or Pole Star, which it's interesting considering the teaser image we have is the Lynx Medallion buried in snow. Perhaps it could be a reference to a place up north and a bunch of snow? I don't know. The thought, really? But here's the thing. If that's what Canis Majoris and what Polaris mean, then what does Sirius mean? Well, they claim Sirius is the brightest star in the heavens, and it's called the Dog Star, and it's part of the constellation Canis Majoris. Well, given that description and the name, I mean, think about it. Sirius, Ciri. It's a thought I had last night, and the description of Sirius makes me wonder even more if Project Sirius isn't going to be a Ciri game. So, I think, honestly, that might be a good move, because this would mean CDPR is not moving away from Geralt, as they're giving him a Witcher 1 remake. They're going a new direction, that being Project Polaris, and they're also not moving away from Ciri and giving her her own game too. If this is true, I mean, this is all just speculation on my part, but if this is true, that would mean CDPR would be looking to appeal all crowds, which I think is a brilliant move if that's the case. But again, it's all speculation. I have no idea, but I would say it's pretty likely given that name, the similarity the name has to Ciri, and the description of Sirius. Not only that, but what we do know of Project Sirius. Now, there is one thing in here that I feel does kind of dismiss my theory here, but bear with me. What we do know about Project Sirius is that it's supposed to be a bit different from your run-of-the-mill Witcher game, a bit different from a hardcore RPG. And think about it this way. Incorporating Ciri's powers, how fast she moves, they could go less RPG and more action style. They could just mean it's not a typical RPG in the sense of her powers, and that, you know, I mean, if I'm being real, in my opinion, Ciri doesn't play very well in The Witcher 3. Of course, that's my personal opinion. So, they could be meaning they just changed the gameplay up to fit her style of play. It's just a thought, I don't know. But the one thing I feel does kind of discredit this whole theory is they do say that it's going to have multiplayer. I don't know how they'd be able to incorporate that into a Ciri game. But they did also say it would have multiplayer as well as single player and campaign. So who knows, maybe the multiplayer is a little different somehow, or maybe you can play different characters, like, I don't know, maybe even somebody like Avalok even though I wouldn't want to play him. But either way, that's about it. It's just some things I thought about, and definitely curious what you guys might think. If you have any thoughts at all, leave them in the comments. And I will see you all soon, hopefully. New videos up Wednesday, hopefully Friday, and definitely Sunday. Alright, Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you saw tonight, or this morning, whenever it is for you.